Good afternoon. Right, I have just had the most awesome chat with Scott, who's my youngest son, about showing my summer garden, which I haven't shown my garden since February, I think. So join me as I just put out my sunny garden furniture and we'll get to it. I'll show you the progress of my summer sunny garden. So I've got my lounger cover. There's my lounger. This is the structure that my dad built for me in 2021, just after, I think we were still going through lockdown. So it's difficult to do this with one hand. Hang on, let me put you down here and see if I can put this up with you. I'm just gonna pop you there when I put this in. So this is my decking area and my lounger where I do my summer sunbathing, and this is my decking which my dad built for me, like I say, 2021, and I am super proud of it. And I wasn't sure whether things would start growing up it again because I moved everything from the bottom of the garden, because this space was it was an old metal shed and it was just a dumping ground basically. But also I got him to build this kind of contraption here. I'll show you. There's my garden storage bin, which I have my sunshade and things like that in, some garden tools. This is my little greenhouse that I usually move in just coming out of winter into spring. I'll move this down to by the house there. Just, you can see my finger, I'll move it just there by the back doors, and then I can bring on my seedlings and things. But this, I don't know if you can see in here, this is now the new dumping ground. It is a tip. It's got the saw, lawnmower, some tarpaulin, some strimmers, some garden tools. It is just a tip, but you can't see it because it's hidden behind a beautiful structure that Dad built for me. And then I've just put some bamboo on the front of it so it doesn't look horrific because it's see-through. You can see the bamboo all along now on the inside. And it works really well. Oh, there's an old chimney over there that has been meaning to go to the tip for the last 3 years, and I've never got it there. So this is my beautiful decking with the little, well, it's not little, it's humongous pergola over the top. And I have got my strawberries, which I think these need an extra day. Yeah, they need an extra day of sun. By the way, it is 27 degrees in the garden today, so it is hot. My Acer. Then you've got a honeysuckle, and then I've bought these little things off Amazon. How cute is that? See those hanging, those 4 little hanging on a little pole? I thought they were super cute, so I bought those, and I've put strawberries, and then I've got Lavatera coming on in that one, and then strawberries, so I get a second crop of strawberries later on in the year because they won't grow so big or so much because they're in a smaller pot. That was my thinking behind those. And I've got a clematis which I'm going to train. It likes its feet in the shade and it likes its head in the sun. So I've got that coming up over there. Then I've got this beautiful jasmine, which I'm growing up as a bit of a sunshade for this corner. So this is the jasmine. Beautiful. And then my grape. Oh, there's my mat, my outdoor mat, my little rug thing. And then the grape. Now, honestly, this hasn't grown or done anything for 2 years. I moved it up here in 2021 and it kind of lay dormant. It didn't do anything. I thought, oh no, I've lost it. So I thought, no, I'll leave it. If it comes back, great. If not, I'll just buy a new one. Anyway, it is going like the clappers. So I'm going to have to get this tied up, and I've got a few bits of support string up there. And that's what I'm going to grow, the grape is going to grow up and over this side. So that's my little decking area, looking beautiful. Say hi to Maya. Hi Maya. What have you got there? Have I emptied a pot up here and I haven't cleared the mud away? There's my little Maya. It's too hot for her. Come on darling, it's too hot for you up here. So we've got the raspberries looking okay, not amazing, okay. Then I've got some beetroot. Oh, beetroot is my nemesis. To grow beetroot, me and growing beetroot just never happens. So I don't know what's happening with the leaves. The leaves are going all funky. I do not know what's happening with those. And then I've got some that I planted like 2 weeks later and they died. So, poo. I've got a lavatera in the back. And then I put my archway up here. And I thought, oh, I'll grow some peas. And look at these, mange tout. Look. Now these, I can't resist. I just literally pick off the bush and snaffle straight away, because there is nothing nicer than picking a fresh pea off the vine and just eating it. Because I've only grown four seeds I grew, and they all took. So there's nothing for a massive harvest, but just to sort of, when you're out in the garden, just to pick one off and give it a quick snaffle. Oh, beautiful. And then my black currants are just about bursting. I don't know if you can see those. Look at the black currants. They are going to be delicious. So I've got black currants. Mint. As you know, mint goes wild. That is my wild pot with just my mint. And then here, my blueberries. We are going to have some gorgeous blueberries. My lavender is going nuts. I'm trying to grow some courgettes. I don't know. I don't know what's happening to them. They don't seem to have grown or done anything. I water them. I even put, in fact I'll take that out and put some more water in it, because I know that they're quite thirsty plants. So I put some holes in the bottom of a little empty Coke bottle and thought, well, I'll water it that way. Hang on, she's going to have to come off the decking because she's going to get herself worked up. Come on, Maya. Come on. Come on. No, it's all right. She's so old. She gets herself into such a tears when people walk past the fence. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Come on. Come on. Come on. She's not going to listen to me. She's just going to hide. Oh, and then she's going to start woofing. She gets herself into a tears when people walk past the decking. Right, let's carry on. She'll be all right for a minute. My lavender. The bees haven't started on the lavender yet. They've just finished on the... Well, they haven't finished this. I still see them on the alliums. Look how gorgeous they are. And even more gorgeous is the peonies, which got rained on yesterday, so I had to stake them. They got rained on. They are just the most beautiful, delicate flower ever. Now, we did put a little paddling pool for the dogs if they wanted to cool down in this ridiculous heat. Then we realised, no, they don't like it, so we emptied it. And then when we emptied it, they actually lay in it when there was no water in it. And then we've had horrific thunderstorms yesterday and a bit of rain, and now it's filled up again. They won't touch it, so I think that was a bust. The paddling pool for the dogs was a bust. And then look at this. Now, I bought this little drain pipe contraction thingy for the strawberries, and look at the amount of strawberries I've got. Oh, that one's definitely going to be picked today. Beautiful. Oh, I saw it. I can't see what I'm doing. That one there, look at that. Oh, delicious. Right, I'm going to... Oh, excuse the noise. There's the people cutting the hedge. Now, I'm going to pot up some chilli plants into some single tubs, and I'm going to gift one to my sister, or a couple to my sister, for her birthday. That's what I'm going to be up to this afternoon. Now, my device has just said it's too hot to film, so I'm just going to quickly... Now, I've got this bottle. I can't see a thing because I think my device has gone dark. I'm hoping it's still filming. So I've just got a bottle and I poked a couple of holes in it, and I showed you before where I'm going to put it into the courgettes. I'm going to drip feed it. I know we had a lot of, we did have a lot of rain last night, yesterday. We had a horrific thunderstorm. There was so much rain, but because they're in tubs, they're going to dry out quite quickly because we are south facing and the heat is just relentless. So what I would do is just keep that bottle topped up, and at least then it's going to give the courgettes a decent amount of water. And then now I'm going to, this is chili basket of fire. I'm going to pot this today so I can give some to my sister Georgina. Right, basket of fire chili. Oh, I got the camera all goofed up. I can't see. It's hot, guys. It is so flipping hot. Right, get me gloves. I need gloves. Gloves and a little bit of fish bone and blood, or fish blood and bone. So I've got I've had to wait until it's cooled down because it is just redonkulously hot. So I have, oh, even the gloves are hot. I have a nice pot that I'm going to pop them in, or one in, and I'm going to put a bit of peat-free compost in here, and I'm going to transplant the basket of fire, which are absolutely beautiful. Basket of fire chilies. That's what we're playing with this afternoon. Well, it's early evening now because I had to wait because it was so hot out here. I just couldn't cope with it. So I've waited for this temperature to cool down a little bit. I think it's only like 24 degrees now opposed to 27 as it was earlier. So I'm going to put a little bit of compost in there, a tiny bit of fish bone and blood just to help the growth. Only a little bit because it's just a little pot. You have to excuse the state of me. This is what you get today because it's just ridiculously hot out here. Like I said before, this is a south facing garden, so it is red hot all day. Can you see? Red hot all day. Right, so I've put a little bit of compost in there. I'll just make a little well to put one in, and then all I'm going to do is just tip these up, squeeze the pot, gently lifting, and then, oh, look at the roots. We got some good roots on there, and then I'm going to prise them apart gently at the bottom because they're still quite delicate, and I'm going to pick a good one. That's a good one with plenty of root on, plenty of soil. I'm going to make a bigger hole. Actually, I haven't made the hole deep enough. I mean, I'm sure when my sister gets them, when Georgie gets them, she will pop them into her garden, or she can use them as house plants. So that's moist soil going into moist soil. I'm going to pop it quite deep, quite firm. You can't see what I'm doing. Quite deep, quite firm. A bit of this soil that it's been living in with it. Push it down, keeping it upright. Now this, because it's going to go in on its own now, it's going to give the roots a lot more area to reach out and grow. And then it should, now I am burying the seed leaves, the seedling leaves. That's fine. It doesn't mind having its seedling leaves buried, but we don't want to bury too much of it. Push all that in, and then I will give it a good watering. They've been outside all night. I mean, the temperature's not going much below 16 degrees at night time here, and that's one potted. So I shall just put that back in the water. Now I've got What have I got? I've got three more plants, so I can do it 3 more times. So I'll just get another pot. I have to open another bag of compost. I'm running out of compost. Put a bit of compost in the bottom. Put a bit of fish blood and bone just to feed the roots as it's growing. Plus it's going to be chilies, so they need a bit of nutrients in there to actually grow the fruits. What are chilies? Are they fruits or are they vegetables? No, they're not. They're neither. They're spices, aren't they? Yeah, chilies are spices. And then I shall pick another one. Prise it apart with a good root. Uh-oh. Prise it apart with a good root on it. Pop them in there. Oh, you're going to be so happy. Now I put them in the middle because I think they look pretty. They're in the middle of the pot. And that way, if you wanted to, you could put a bit of bark chippings around. Sometimes I add a few bark chippings to the top. That helps with moisture, holding in the moisture when you've watered them, especially in the heat out here. If I'm going to leave them out here to grow, and I put some bark chippings over the top, that'll just hold a bit of that moisture in so the sun won't dry out all the soil. That is number 2, and then I'll go and do that for the further 2. Give them a good water, and then I shall let my sister have them when I see you next. Now I'm going to plant these 2 together because they haven't got a fantastic root between them, so I'm just going to, they're still quite small. So if I plant these together still, keep them as buddies, then when they do get a lot bigger, I can then separate them. They'll have a bigger root to them and they'll be happier being separate. But I think at the minute, I'm just going to keep them together just to allow them to establish a little bit better root system. Oh dear, I really am coming to the end of my compost bag. I've got plenty more, so I can open another one. But that is chili basket of fire. I've not grown these ones before. I usually grow a milder one, so we wanted a bit of spice. So we'll see how we go with the crop of these, but they look healthy. They've got brilliant leaves. They've got lovely roots, although I'm keeping these 2 together. Hopefully. Oh wow, I really am at the bottom. I have to open another bag of compost. Peat-free compost. And again, I've just buried the seedling leaves, which is fine. They won't mind that. And then I'm going to water them.